and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another collab, and today we're going to go ahead and do this 50/50 build collab with my good friend Emily from EmiSims. So this collab idea is basically where one person builds half the house and the other person does the other half. It's kind of a simple idea, but I've actually never done it before, and I was really excited when she suggested this idea because it has been something I wanted to do, but it's always looked a little bit complicated of an idea. I don't know why, it just kind of does, but when I actually did this, it wasn't that hard at all really. So you kind of just got a plan of what the other person's going to do and what you're going to do in terms of which rooms and stuff, because you know you don't want to end up with like 2 kitchens, whatever. Anyway, so if you don't know who Emmy is, she's a fantastic creator. I actually came across her channel not too long ago actually, and I was just amazed by her creations and all of her things that she does on her channel. So I really wanted to kind of do a collab with her, so I just left her a comment saying let me know if you want to do a collab sometime, and just a few, was it like 2 weeks ago I think it was, she suggested the idea of doing like a 50/50 collab, and like I said, I haven't done one before, so I was really up for the idea, and that's what we're doing here. So we decided to go for the theme of like a traditional family home sort of thing. So you can see me doing the start of it here, and that big wall in the middle of the lot is just to kind of separate the 2 halves. So if you want to see, you know, Emmy's half of the build, I'll leave a link down below to her video, so you can go ahead and see what she did. So we kind of decided that I was going to do the master bedroom and bathroom and also the living room. And the other thing as well is that she's going to be doing kind of like the kitchen and dining room area. So yeah, that's pretty much all that we're kind of decided on. And then for the other things, we're kind of just going to, you know, decide what we're going to do for all the other rooms. So I did another 3 additional bedrooms from that master bedroom, so there's 4 in total, and also 4 bathrooms. Now I was actually going to make one of the rooms a 5th bedroom, which I'll show you a little bit later once I get onto that. But I was like, you know what, that's going to be a little bit ridiculous because, you know, Emily's also going to go ahead and do her half, and I presume there'll be a few bedrooms there too, so I didn't want to kind of make it, you know, really out of the box. But on the other hand, this is only like half a lot, and it's already like 138,000 simoleons or whatever, which is pretty crazy. So you know, that's always what happens, to be honest. A lot of the time I don't like to restrict myself on what I'm doing because it just makes it a little bit harder, I think. But I mean, sometimes I do. Like I've done a few base game builds before, and speaking of base game, I think this is going up on Saturday hang on, let me check the date, the 14th I think this is going up on, but on Monday the 16th, which is coming up, I actually have a base game collab coming up with Dr. Ashley, which is planned at the minute to go up on 16th. It might change, but I don't think it will. So yeah, that's what's going to probably be happening on Monday, so stay tuned for that. That's another collab coming up. Anyway, so yeah, sometimes I'll like to do restricted builds, just so it's, you know, more, I suppose, accessible for more people if you don't have all the packs. I'm lucky enough to have all the packs, so, you know, I just kind of don't really think about it that much, but it is also sometimes a good challenge as well to do that, so that's what I do. So right now we're just working on this back garden area, and it is kind of like a bit cramped, but I kind of forgot a little bit that Emmy, well, I keep saying Emmy because that's the first half of our channel name, but Emily will probably also be doing like another half of this, of the garden as well, so I presume that she might even extend the pool. I'm not really too sure what she's going to do, but like I said, I'll leave a link down below to that so you can kind of go ahead and see. I'm actually really interested to see what she comes up with. So this actually took me about like an hour to do, which isn't too long at all, well, I mean, compared to what other people take, but I mean, it is kind of long for me because I normally do like a mansion build. Like, well, I should have mentioned earlier, if you're new to my channel and you're coming over from Emily's, sorry, I'm a mess today. Well, my name is Thomas, and my name is Thomas. My channel name, I should have said, is Thomas TV, and I make a range of different Sims 4 speed builds primarily. So on Sundays, I like to do a 64x64 mansion build, and that's something I do every week. So if you like mansion builds, then that might be a good series for you to watch. So yeah, like I said, this took me about an hour to do, and I can do one of those mansion builds, a 64x64 lot mansion build, in about like 2 to 3 hours, which to be honest is not a long time at all really, but I think it's just because I've been doing them every single week, it just doesn't really take that long now. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to not really think about making sure I get this done within an hour or something. I just really wanted to kind of focus on just adding lots of extra details into this build, which is always a really good opportunity with these sort of things because you're not spending as much time to do the full lot and decorate the whole thing. So since I was only doing the interior, I just really wanted to kind of focus on what I was doing, adding, you know, little details here and there. One of those things is being shelves and things like that, which sounds really stupid and like, how's that extra detail? But look, all those kind of clutter items that I put on them and stuff is like, it's something that I don't really do a whole lot of with those mansion builds, because, you know, if I'm doing so many bedrooms and things like that, and I don't have all the time in the world because of college and stuff, I don't really get a chance to add so much detail, all those extra little details and clutter and stuff into those mansion builds on a Sunday. So this is kind of a good opportunity for me to kind of do some other things that I don't really get a chance to do the whole lot of. I mean, I suppose I could do that, you know, extra little details in my mansion builds, but it'll probably take me, you know, an extra couple of hours to do all of that sort of thing. So yeah, so right now we're working on the interior, as you can see, and I did do a few little jump cuts here and there. One of the reasons was because some of the recordings messed up for some reason. I've been having this problem with my recorder recently where the frame rate just drops so much. So you may see about now, I think it is, there may be a little bit of lag on screen, and I'm really sorry about that if you can see it. Sometimes I can see it when I'm watching this playback screen here, but once I finish, you know, the rendered video and look back at it, it's fine. But when I'm actually playing my game itself, like actually building this, I don't get any lag at all, so it's really hard for me to tell sometimes. Sometimes I'll just look at the frame rate in the corner, because it has this overlay thing when I'm recording with my recorder software, and it'll tell me that I have like 2 frames, which is like, what? So I know then that I'm getting like really bad lag. So I normally stop the recording for a little bit to kind of, sometimes I even have to restart my game, and then that kind of fixes it. It's really odd. I don't know why it does it, but yeah, so that's what's been happening. And yeah, so that, sorry if you can see lag. I don't know, like I said, if it's going to be happening all the time. I did try to like stop myself if I did notice some lag coming on, just so it isn't, you know, really unbearable to watch the whole video. So I went with kind of like a neutral colour scheme, as you can see. I mean, you know, I do that quite a lot, and it's funny because when I started building, it was a colour scheme that I used way too much, and it kind of got a little bit ridiculous. Then I started using red to kind of, you know, to branch out a little bit, and started using colours like that, which I don't, you know, never used to use. So I used to use that a whole lot. And then that kind of got the norm, and I'll use that all the time, and that became ridiculous. So now I'm kind of back to neutral colours again. But it is, you know, just a really nice colour swatch to use, I think, and it kind of just works with a whole bunch of items in game. And, you know, the other thing is that this is a traditional family home build, so, you know, having that sort of neutral colour theme throughout the whole home kind of, you know, works well, I think. But I don't know if Emmy's going to go ahead and do that with hers, because you know, it might be a little bit, you know, what's the right word I'm trying to find here? I can't think of it. I suppose just interesting to look at if it's going to be, you know, a little bit opposite, I guess you could say, in terms of colour schemes in her interior. I don't know, we'll just have to see. So right now we're just working on this room right here, which I'm going to call like a guest room sort of thing. I don't normally, when I do my own speed builds, I don't really say that, okay, this is going to be the master bedroom, this is going to be a teen bedroom, this is going to be a thing. I normally just make them all very generic rooms sort of things, so you can just put your own family in there, and then change them up however you want to kind of, you know, fit that family. So I'm just going to call this a guest room. It has a single bed, which is actually something I don't do a whole lot of. But with that green room that we're just working on, that little bedroom, I wasn't really too sure what I was going to do with it, because I normally do double beds, like I said, for all my rooms. But I just decided to put a single room in there, which is something I don't do a whole lot of. And this room right here, I was going to make this into a secondary living room, but I was kind of thinking that's maybe a little bit on the extreme side, and it's not really necessary. So I basically made this into kind of just like a general activities room sort of thing. So there's like a chess table in there, there's an easel, there's a bookshelf in there for reading skills, whatever, there's a computer in there as well. And actually upstairs we do make it like a full study room. It's more like a I don't really know how to explain it, to be honest, but it's kind of like a room where there's a desk, and then there's 2 little seats on the other side of the desk, kind of like a meeting room. So I'd be seeing like a family lives here. This is kind of well, I kind of made like a storyline sort of thing for what type of family I would imagine would live here. So I'd imagine maybe one of the parents is like a business person, and they often have like meetings in this little room sort of thing. So that's what I do, and I actually do that quite a lot for that sort of storyline, which I kind of have in mind for some reason when I do family homes. And the other reason is that it kind of, because I don't know, there always ends up being a little bit of an extra bit of space in these type of rooms. I never really know how to fill. So with those studies, I like to do that because it kind of makes a good use of the space, I think. So this room right here is the master bedroom, and it's kind of just, you know, the biggest room, so I made this the master one, and you can see that's kind of like an ensuite bathroom. It's actually a full-size bathroom, going off onto a door next to it in this room as well. So you can see we've got the big bed there, we've got like a vanity table, a little seating area here, as you can see, and then this dresser here as well. So the bathrooms I did do off screen. Now I don't know why, actually I do know why. It's because I always make them the same. I don't know what it is, but I always find bathrooms, I don't know about you, to be a really kind of just boring room. So especially in the mansion builds, when I don't want the video to be really long, I always cut out the bathrooms because I make them all exactly the same, which I don't know if it's such a bad thing or not, but because I feel like it's kind of like an important slash not important room at the same time, because you're only going to be in there for like a very short amount of time, so I don't put like full amount of effort into it, and I kind of just, you know, decorate it with the same things for most of the bathrooms, which I suppose is kind of a good thing because it makes it consistent, but it's literally the exact same furniture in all of the bathrooms in this home. So like I said, there are 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms on this side of the home. Like I said, I don't know what Emily is doing with her half, and if she's going to have the same amount of bathrooms and bedrooms or not, I don't know. So right here we are working on kind of just like a secondary, well, I suppose it's the 3rd bedroom that we're working on in the home, but it's kind of just a, you know, a generic double bedroom. I don't know what type of sim you would put in here. It's basically just, you know, for any type of sim really. So that's what this room is for here. And then we'll go ahead and work on a kids room in just a minute. And it's actually funny because I never really do kids rooms, because mansion builds is kind of the thing that I spend most of my time on in terms of all my videos for the week. I don't really do kids rooms because it kind of, well, a lot of these mansion builds that I do are very kind of upscale, expensive and sort of things like that, or maybe have a very traditional style to it. And then when I go ahead and put a kids room in to some of these mansions, it never really seems right because they've got all these very classical, you know, upscale, expensive bedrooms, and then there's, in the middle of the build, there'll just be like a random fun kids room, and it kind of just doesn't really fit in that well, which, so that's one of the reasons I don't include it. But it's also kind of bad in a way because, I mean, if you're going to use them for your own family, then it might not be very practical in a way. Kids can still use the normal, you know, double bedrooms, but I mean, I don't know if that's very appropriate for a kid to have like a fancy double bedroom because it doesn't really have any kids toys in it or anything. But you know, you can easily kind of change that up if you want to, but you know, for maybe if I'm doing a smaller family home during the week, then I do like to include them sometimes. So this was going to be the 5th bedroom, but I actually decided to make this into this little office room that I was mentioning, just because I thought, you know, 5 bedrooms on just this half of the home, I think was maybe a little bit too much. But yeah, and we're pretty much finished with the build here, so I'm going to go ahead and leave you with some screenshots. I really hope you enjoyed this half. I'll leave a link down below to Emily's channel and her video, so you can go ahead and check that out and see what you think. And if you haven't, go ahead, well, sorry, I'm a mess today. If you haven't went ahead and already subscribed to her channel, then make sure you do, because she creates some amazing Sims content and I think you're going to love it. So thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, share and subscribe if you haven't. And also, my half of this build is on the gallery if you want to go ahead and download it to maybe see what you can do for yourself, and you know, with a 50 by 50, and see what you can come up with the talking too fast, with the other half. There we go. And then feel free to do that. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.